I think overall it just began to really play together. It was so many underclassmen. There was not really an upper class presence, so I think it took a while to gel. Certainly starting off with Notre Dame, playing there, and then going to Providence. I mean, you're talking about some outstanding programs that you had early on. I think it took a while for the team to gel, and then I think by the middle part of the conference schedule, the freshmen and sophomores began to play together as if they'd been together for some time. And so I think that was a big key because they started to play the kind of a game, the style that they had in mind all season long, but it didn't really get going until that last part of the regular season. Well, I think it's been excellent. I mean, obviously, academics are a key, and Binghamton University is one of the top academic schools around the East, so you have to combine academics with outstanding ability to play at the Division I level. I think he's done a great job. I think that he's brought in some kids that probably could play even at a higher level, but they want to play for him and the coaching staff, and they see a chance to really make a difference in this program and to get a lot of playing time. I mean, a lot of underclassmen, certainly freshmen, had a ton of playing time. So when you look at this season, are they really just sophomores? I mean, they played more than many freshmen all around the country. So they had a ton of minutes going into this year. So I think that his recruiting has been outstanding. Now, in the next year to two is the time when it really is going to show exactly the caliber that it's been determined to be, I think. Well, I think it's great going into the off season. I mean, you always want to win, but facing Stony Brook, you've got a heck of a contest ahead of you, certainly at Stony Brook. And to play that well and give them a scare and be in the game right until the closing minute, I think was a tremendous milestone for them. You go into the off season from that, your weight training and your preparation for that off season to come, and then the next year, you certainly go out on a high note. So I think that was a big plus. You didn't want to go in there and get blown out by 30 points. Then you go to yourself, how much progress did we really make? I think there was a lot of progress, and it showed in that last game. Well, I think more consistency at the Division I level, and certainly at the mid-major level. You've got kids that can play at a very high level, but consistency is always a key. And now you're going to want to get guys that can go out every night and score in double figures. Show up and play the kind of game that Tommy Dempsey wants every game, not just one game on, one game off. And again, I think the gelling at the end of last season is going to start to pay some dividends here. We have to keep in mind, again, this is still a very young team. You've got a potential of starting all underclassmen again, certainly a very big potential. A lot will be sophomores, and you say, well, okay, that's young. Again, going back to what I said earlier, they played a ton of minutes. So in my opinion, they've got a lot more experience than many who would step in as a sophomore and only saw limited playing time. They saw a lot of playing time. So I hope that in this upcoming year, those dividends begin to show.